and welcome to another free.volous episode. So today we are addressing sunscreens that did not work for me. So first things first, I need to do that classic disclaimer: what works for me may not work for you, and vice versa, but we can still be friends, okay? And also, I'm one of those people that has their skincare routine down. I'm really picky with my skincare because I really need to have all this under control. So I'm not really willing to do a lot of compromises to have a new sunscreen in my life, you know. If it works with what I have, great. If I do a couple of minor tweaks and it works, fine. If I can apply it in a few different stages of my life where I don't need this or that, fine. But if I have to bend over backwards, it's not for me. That's the first thing. Second thing is, your skin chemistry makeup thing is different from person to person. So anything in your skin may be battling your sunscreen or any kind of skincare product. And also anything in your routine can be not compatible with a new SPF. So keep that in mind when I'm talking about these products. I'm not saying these are bad per se, although it may sound like that. I'm not saying these are actually bad products. I'm saying they were bad for me. Okay, let's jump into it. First thing, the main rant of the day is a generalized rant, which is I can't understand tinted sunscreens. I said it, it's an unpopular opinion, I believe, but let me explain. First thing is that to achieve the amount of protection that comes in the bottle, said SPF 50 for instance, you need to apply the correct amount. The correct amount of a tinted product will be, on me, and I think for most people, too much. So people will tend to shear out something like this in order to make it work for their skin and to reduce the coverage, hence reducing or even almost neutralizing the protection that they could get. You cannot apply the correct amount of a tinted moisture of a tinted sunscreen and not have a thick layer of product on your face. I don't know how people do it. I can't, I just can't. And it always looks like a melty candle, you know? It's too much product. And the second thing is, these products usually have 1, 2, 3, 5 different shades. So they're deliberately excluding a lot of people. And the matches of said available shades, because you have to wear, again, a heavy amount of product to have the correct protection, it won't match unless they have a huge array of skin tones and then of undertones. And I don't see that working for most people. So I believe that most people think these work, but then are not applying the correct amount. The same with foundations with sunscreen on them. If you're applying the correct amount to get that SPF 15 or 20 or 25, you'll probably look very thickly covered, let me just say. So that's my main gripe with tinted sunscreens overall. They can't seem to work for me. Too much coverage. I much prefer to just apply a clear sunscreen on my face and then go in with my foundation, and everything is back in order. Now, regarding these two specific products, I have basically the same complaints for both, although the formulas in themselves are sort of different. I have La Roche-Posay Anthelios Age Correct Tinted, and Isdin Photoprotector. This is the Fusion Watercolor Daily Protection 5-star, whatever. I have the same complaint. I apply the correct amount, and the moment I start blending this onto the skin, because you just don't do this and let it be, you just have to massage it onto your skin until it sort of creates an even film, they very quickly become a rubbery film on my hands and start to peel in long, thin, weird pieces. Almost like, you know, Play-Doh, that kind of feeling. I don't know, or when you're peeling, you know, glue from a product, that kind of peely, that kind of feeling. I can't get over it, because the area where the peeling occurs is an area that is no longer protected. So there's no way to make that work. Is there? I don't know. Anyway, that's my main concern with both. Not my main concern. These did not work for me at all for that reason. The Isdin is a thinner kind of lotion formula that creates sort of that layer on top of your skin, that plasticky film. The La Roche-Posay starts off as a cream, but once you start applying it, the silicones in it start to act, and they create that, did not work for me. The non-tinted version of the La Roche-Posay Age Correct, I can make it work. I've mentioned it on my favorites because it is a cream. It can peel if you touch your skin. But if I use a minimal skincare regime, I can make it work, and I really like the finish it gives, and I really like how it reapplies on top of itself. It never goes badly, it never peels on itself, really weirdly. But yeah, this could be one-stop shop for somebody because it already has some antioxidant protection, some skincare ingredients in there, so you could just wash your face, apply your sunscreen, and it has a tint, so you have your skincare, sunscreen, and coverage all in one. For me, that was not a reality. Next up is the SkinCeuticals Mineral Radiance UV Defense. Again, unpopular opinion, I can right away see that, but it did not work for me at all. A friend of mine gave me this because it wasn't working for her. But we have very different skin types, so I decided to give it a go. This is a very thin lotion that has sort of a tint to it. Not really. And the tint is really light. So on my skin, that would immediately go to ghost face. And to add to that, the fact that it evaporates really quickly, so it sinks into the skin really quickly, makes it so that that cast of tint stays on your skin like a streaky white layer of powder. Again, I see so many people raving about this. I cannot understand why, how, or when. I'll pass this on to see if any soul around me wants it, because not for me. Next up, and I'm starting to realize that La Roche-Posay sunscreens as a whole are not that good. There is one or two that work for me. Shaker fluid is excellent. The Age Correct is okay if you give up on some things, and if you're not in a very oily day. I notice it peels more when I'm oilier, but most of their other sunscreens, they just don't work for me. And this is another one. This is the Anthelios anti-imperfections. I think this is the one that has salicylic acid. It has a gel cream formula, which really interested me. I felt it was going to be a lightweight gel kind of formula that, you know, when I'm oilier, this is the thing that I sometimes go for instead of, you know, committing to the cream that it's a bit heavier. I really wanted it to work for me. The moment I put this on my face, it started to peel. And I would love to know if any of you have tried this and how did you make it work for you, because this seems to me is not working with my oily skin. But this is an anti-imperfections sunscreen that is meant supposedly to work for oilier skins because it has that gel texture, it has the salicylic acid. It seems to be more geared towards oily skins. On me, it peels immediately. The difference is this is a rubbery kind of latexy elastic pill, the Age Correct sunscreen. This is a dry flaky pill. It's a powdery pill. But the moment you touch it and it starts to peel, again, your skin is not protected. So it's really dangerous to walk around like that, I'd say. I've never tried to reapply it on top of itself because I've applied it, it starts flaking off, and I have to go to the bathroom, remove it all and apply something else. I've not tried to reapply because it takes about half an hour for this to start pilling. So the reapplication is every 2 hours when you're in intense sun exposure. So come on, not for me. Last but not least, let's finish with a meh instead of a bleh kind of product. This is also from Isdin. It's the Fusion Water, the same as the tinted one, but this is the non-tinted one. I forgot to say both Isdin kind of products have a baby powder kind of scent. It's within the whole range, I think, the sunscreen range. This is not bad, but it's not amazing. It, again, leaves that velvety finish on the skin that for my skin is finicky, because when my oils start acting up, it may start to pill. It's not as intense as the Anthelios anti-imperfections, but it's still there, and I still have to take the risk when I'm using this. So it's meh, it's less intense in terms of pilling than the other ones, but all of these pill in a way or another, and yeah, I wasn't too impressed. So this is my sad video, sad stories. But yeah, these are my experience with these sunscreens. If you have a skin very close to my own, if the products that I use usually work for you, maybe you will have the same experience, but that is not a guarantee. Again, just because these didn't work for me, it doesn't mean they're terrible, although I'm really pissed that they didn't work for me, and I may sound like they are all in all terrible products. Just take it with a grain of salt. It's just my opinion, in my opinion, allegedly, and all of that, okay? Anyway, I hope you have enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below which are your most hated sunscreens. If you say sunscreens altogether, come on. There is a sunscreen for everybody out there. I'm the living proof of that. I found several that I really like. Come on, give it a go, give it a go. But yeah, let me know in the comments below all about your sunscreens and your loves and disloves. And also, please consider subscribing if you haven't already. It would help a lot, this little YouTuber in this little corner of the internet. And as usual, thank you for spending your time on me, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye!